3 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs, gave up a couple of home runs, and the long ball has been the problem for Oka this year.
Ichiro Suzuki steps in, ready to get us underway, and takes the first pitch strike. Ichiro still second in the American League in batting average at .361.
13-game hitting streak.
Loop to left field. Over near the line, Ben Francisco, one away.
Let's take a look at the Indians defense, brought to you by the Indians Team Shop, where you can buy 2 adjustable hats and get a third one free now through tomorrow. Francisco is in left, Sizemore center, Chu is in right. Peralta at third, Cabrera at short, Carroll at second, Garco at first, Martinez behind the plate.
The crew chief, Dana DeMuth, calling balls and strikes tonight, then Fairchild, Joyce, and Eddings. Russell Brandon steps in, looks at a ball down low. Ichiro Suzuki has 3 hits in the series. The rest of the left-handed hitters for Seattle combined have 3 hits.
Well, Ichiro, he's going to get his hits anyway. I just find it odd that when you look at the number 2 hole and you see Russell Brandon in there, it's a tough mix, because normally that number 2 hole hitter, you're looking to move runners along. And this is the 35th game he has hit in the number 2 spot. He's hitting .227 in that spot, but he's homered 11 times and 26 ribbies. His best slot has been number 5 this year, 34 times. He's hit in that slot, hit .311, 10 homers and 21 ribbies.
It would almost seem to make more sense to have a guy like Jose Lopez batting in that 2 hole, and then Brandon third.
Well, I would even put Gutierrez up there, because the way he's swinging the bat. I mean, you go with your hot hitter. Of course, I mean, it's easy for us to say. Wakamatsu knows his team much better than we do. It's just,
it's always fun to look at the lineup and pretend you're
play
the manager.
Yeah. But Goot, he's hitting 5th, and of course he's having a good series.
Count is full, and the payoff pitch. Weakly hit toward the second baseman, Jamie Carroll, will throw him out, 2 away. Well, hopefully the rain stays away here tonight, but if you buy your engagement ring at Alvin's Jewelers, you'll be praying for rain the day you get married, because if it does rain on your wedding day, your engagement ring is free. Log on to alvinsjewelers.com for all the details in their Pray for Rain promotion. Here is Jose Lopez. He's gone 5 for 9 in the series, had 2 doubles in last night's game. Looks at a ball outside. The real problem for Don Wakamatsu and the Seattle Mariners right now is they're missing Adrian Beltre's big bat in the middle. He's the guy that would really legitimize the rest of their lineup, if healthy and hitting the way he can.
He'd be hitting number 3 is what he'd be doing.
We might even be batting cleanup. When you think about it, if you looked at what we were talking about before, if you had Lopez in the 2 hole, then you might have Brandon hitting 3rd.
Well, you'd have some options. You don't like to lose one of your bats in the middle part of the lineup. We've witnessed that.
From the backhand side, Cabrera with a long throw, and he gets his man. As Dribble makes a nice play to end the top half of the first, and Seattle goes 1-2-3. Now Shin-Soo Choo and the Tribe coming to bat next. Bottom of the first inning. Let's get a look at the starting nine for Eric Wedge quickly. Grady Sizemore, Dribble Cabrera, Shin-Soo Choo at the top. Martinez, Hafner, Peralta in the middle. Garco, Carroll, and Francisco rounded out. Indians lineup brought to you by Progressive Insurance, proud to be the official auto insurance provider of the Cleveland Indians. Jared Washburn into the line on the first pitch to Grady Sizemore is a strike. As we were coming back the air, they showed a picture on the scoreboard of a decked out Elvis Presley somewhere here in the stands.
Elvis
tonight.
is alive and well. He is here.
He's doing well. The king is alive. Pitch outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, you're going to see another left-hander that gets the ball, and he likes to work quickly, as you can tell. Barely had time to get through the lineups, and he's ready to go.
Didn't miss by much. 2 balls and a strike.
Washburn, a guy that has the cutter, changeup. He'll ride the high fastball with 2 strikes. Very good ERA this year.
3 balls and a strike as he missed outside. Here you get a look at what Sizemore has done this year. He's bounced around a little bit.
Well, that number 1, though, that's, with some injuries with that elbow.
Pops it up on the infield. The shortstop Cedeno. He's under it. 1 down.
Let's set the Mariners defense behind Washburn this evening. It's going to be Valentin in left, Gutierrez in center, Ichiro in right. Hanahan at third, Cedeno at short, Lopez at second, Branyan at first, and Johnson again behind the dish tonight. Jarrett Washburn this year making his 18th start, a 500 record, 6-6, but look at his ERA, under 3. He does have a complete game, and that was coming off a gem against the Texas Rangers. 7 innings, gave up 4 hits and 1 run. So he's 3-1 in his last 4 starts, a fine ERA. He has had 9 straight starts where he's given Don Wakamatsu at least 6 innings.
Well, here's the really strange thing about Jared Washburn's year. He beat Tampa Bay on April 21st to run his record to 3-0 to start the year out. After that game on April 21st, he did not win another game until June 25th. He went 2 solid months without a victory. 10 straight starts.
Yeah.
And you're talking about a guy who's got an ERA of under 3.
Yeah, that's
some tough luck. Now, there were some starts in there. He gave up 6 runs in a game to the Angels. You probably don't win that game very often. He had a start against Colorado where he gave up 5 runs. But other than that, he pitched well in all of those games and had very little to show for it. Which is another reason why he's 6-6, despite that ERA being under 3. Shin-Soo Choo waiting on deck. As Dribble Cabrera awaiting the payoff pitch. He gets into it pretty well. Deep center field. Gutierrez back. Still going back. He's out of room and he makes the catch up against the fence in deep center field. Nice play by Gutierrez, tracking that ball all the way. And he perfectly timed jump to take extra bases away from his dribble.
Well, what he did, he took 1 peek. He took his eye off of it. He looked at the fence and he knew where he was. He knew he was getting close and then jumps right as he hits the wall. That was right at the 400 sign. He was able to hold on. It wasn't that high up there, but it's still a nice running catch. Thank you very much, Jared Washburn says to Franklin Gutierrez. If it stays in the yard, you catch it.
So 2 down now for Shin-Soo Choo, who looks at a pitch in off the plate to even the count. Choo is 2 for 8 in the series. Well, the Mariners have been tough on him. He's struck out 4 times. Now the 2-1. And that evens things up. Now the 2-2. Chap foul. In that 10-game winless streak for Jared Washburn, his ERA in those 10 starts combined was 375. So pretty tough to pitch 10 straight games with a 375 ERA and not have anything.
We've seen Cliff Lee do it for a spell this year.
That's a good point. Swing and a miss. Washburn strikes out Chu, and the Indians go 1-2-3. Scoreless in Cleveland after an inning of play. Airline of the Cleveland Indians, Continental Airlines, work hard, fly right. Buy McCafe coffees at McDonald's, all made to order with fresh ground espresso beans. And by All Care Dental and Dentures, we make seeing the dentist easy. Second inning here in Cleveland. Ken Griffey Jr. will lead off for the Mariners. Looks at a ball up high from Tomooka. Griffey is 1 for 9 in the series with 4 strikeouts. Two balls, no strikes. There's a ball hit toward the alley. Chu over into the gap makes the grab. 1 down. Here's a look at tonight's All-Tel text poll question of the game. Best right-hander in the league. Verlander, Greinke, Hernandez, Jackson, Halladay, or Beckett. Text your answer to 31962, and we'll have the results coming up later in the game. And I would imagine that that's pretty much your race for Cy Young award.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it is.
I don't know. Is there a left-hander in the mix this year?
Mark Burley would be the one. He got a win today. He got another one.
So he's at 10 wins.
Well, Burley, he's a grinder, man. He's going to eat his innings. He's good. Yeah, yes, he's the left-hander. I would think that would be the first one that comes to mind. CC's 9-6 with about a 3.6 ERA. You know, and he sputtered a little bit. But you can always get hot in the second half. I mean, you can run off and go 8-0 or 9-0, and there's no telling.
And he historically has been
it's not how you start, it's how you finish. That's what people remember most.
There's Cliff Lee, who started well and finished strong last year.
Yeah, what a year. That was fun to watch.
2-1 pitch. Oh, got him. Gutierrez hit by the pitch, and he'll go to first. So with a 1 out, Rob Johnson will be the batter. It's just looked like a fastball that got away from him.
Got him in the number 2, right in the middle of his back. No getting out of there.
Rob Johnson 1 for 3 with a double in the series. Kenji Jojima off for a second straight day. Runner goes, throw to second, and he's in there safely.
Well, that's what you do, man. You don't get mad.
Stolen base of the year.
You get even. Comes in there, and he felt obviously that Tomaoka hit him in the back on purpose, so you take off first pitch, steal a base, and you say, take that. And he did get his foot in there. For Gutierrez, his 6th stolen base. He's been caught 5 times, but he didn't hesitate, did he? Took off as soon as possible.
No balls and 2 strikes. Oka wouldn't have had a reason to be throwing at Gutierrez.
Well, no, he hasn't made a start against the Mariners, you know, and this is his first year, so no, I would say no. If that one gets away. But for me, I mean, I don't know Tomaoka very well. Just watching him start this year, he's got better control than the one in the middle of the back.
Pitch is down low. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
There's nothing wrong. You get hit, you steal a base, it's okay, move on. Goot's going to have his chance to get back up there again if he feels that that was an intentional pitch.
The 1-2 in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is the 43rd game that Rob Johnson has started this year for Seattle. So they've had a pretty good situation behind the plate with Jojima and Johnson, keeping them both fresh and sharp. Now he lines one toward the alley, and Grady Sizemore makes a nice diving stop for out number 2. And Gutierrez holds at second. Almost looked like Grady was in slow motion on that ball. It was hit in the alley.
Well, he caught that ball before he actually dove. This is going to be our McDonald's I'm loving it, and he's going to have to replace his divot. He catches it, gets onto the ground, and there's the divot. Please replace your divots. But a nice catch there for out number 2. It keeps Gutierrez at second.
Now Jack Hanahan, left-handed hitter. Hanahan's 0 for 2, but he has walked twice, and he has scored 2 runs on those walks.
It was the 2-out walk in last night's ball game that was the doing in of David Huff to this guy.
1 ball, 1 strike. Seattle has
back
4
in the second inning
in 16 at bats in the series so far, with runners in scoring position. But it's been a tale of 2 halves, if you will. They were 0 for their first 8 with runners in scoring position. Now 4 for their last 8.
Well, as we said before, when you can get a hit, or if you get a 2-out base hit, it seems to take a lot of pressure off the rest of that lineup for some strange reason.
And the 2-2. High fly ball left field. Coming on Francisco, and the inning is over. So the hit batter does no damage, and we'll go to the bottom of the second. Still no score. Victor Martinez, Travis Hafner, and Johnny Peralta for the Tribe. Victor 0 for 7 in the series. And the All-Star break has done nothing to cure what ails his bat. Hammers this one to left field. That's a base hit. Could be more. Victor, big turn. He's going to go for 2, but the throw is in plenty of time.
Wow.
And he's out from me to you.
I mean, it wasn't even close. Valentin, an outstanding throw. I didn't see how Victor got out of the box, to be honest with you, but that's where doubles originate. And you'll see the line. He's hustling out of the box. He's thinking 2 right from the get-go, but you can see he's not very fast. So he's going to go, but watch this throw. Right on the money. Perfect. Oh, he was waiting for him. Well, there's the base hit, but thrown out at second.
That'll bring up Travis Hafner, who looks at a first pitch strike.
For Valentin, that is his 5th assist this year.
Hafner's hit in 7 straight games. And batting .375 during his streak. In addition to the streak, he's been on base safely in 12 of his last 13 games. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the 1-2. Line drive, left field, base hit. And Hafner keeps his streak alive. He's hit in 8 straight games now.
And he has had success against Jared Washburn. Coming into the game 8 for 20. 3 dingers, 7 ribbies. Well, he's going to go to left field with a base hit here. So it's back-to-back hits. Unfortunately, Martinez thrown out at second.
Johnny Peralta takes a strike. Jared Washburn is tied for 2nd all-time winningest pitcher here at Progressive Field as an opponent. Only David Wells has more wins. Boomer Wells won 9 games as an opponent here at Progressive Field. Washburn has 6 career wins, which is tied with Jeremy Bonderman, Mike Maroth, Pedro Martinez, Andy Pettit, and Kenny Rogers. Two-one pitch. Strike call. Evens the count. It's a little surprising to me on one hand when you consider this ballpark's been around since 1994 now. But on the other hand, you think really the first 7-8 years of this park, nobody came in here and won on a regular basis.
No, that's exactly right.
There's a weak ball hit to short. They'll get 1 there, and the relay is turned in time for an inning-ending double play. Indians get 2 hits, but nothing to show for it. And after 2, no score in Cleveland. No score. Third inning here at Progressive Field. Vladimir Ballantine, Ronnie Cedeno, and Ichiro Suzuki will bat for Seattle against Tomo Oka. Ballantine getting his first action in the series. Strike to the outside corner at the knees. Ballantine got off to a very slow start, but he's hit in 5 of his last 10 games. Fouled back. Tomo Oka has allowed 1 base runner, and that was the hit batter when he drilled Franklin Gutierrez. Two ground ball outs. 4 in the air. 2-2 the count. That's low, full count. We'll see Aaron Laffey get the start for the Indians tomorrow to wrap up this 4-game series. And a leadoff walk to Vladimir Ballantine.
Well, you can take advantage of great deals at Progressive Field and at all Indians team shops. This weekend, 25% off pennants, Reebok shoes, and children's jerseys. The entire stock of bobbleheads are 2 for $30. Buy any 2 adjustable hats and get a 3rd hat free. Visit Indians team shop now.
There's Aaron Laffey, who will make the start in the series finale tomorrow at 1 o'clock against Eric Bedard. You see Carl Pavano standing next to Laffey. He'll make the start Wednesday in Toronto after Cliff Lee starts that series Tuesday night. And the Indians are to be decided for the series finale next Thursday afternoon in Toronto.
Do you think Pavano's going to be here by the end of the month?
I do.
Do you? I
really
think they're going to. I think they'll trade him.
Just my opinion. I don't think so. I think he's going to end up staying here.
Okay. Well, the way he's pitched, I hope he does.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, I do too. I mean, I think we both feel the same way about the guy. He's been a true
I like
pro.
Carl. Yes, he has.
But I just don't think there's going to be a big market demand-wise for Carl Pavano this year. Cedeno bunts it off to the right side. Oka with a nice play, flips it over. And that is out number 1. Here's why I think that, Rick. And again, it has nothing to do with Carl Pavano and his past, other than he's closing in on a mark where he will have pitched more innings this year than in the previous 4 years. And I think, if you're looking to trade for a guy like that, you got to be sitting back wondering, are we going to get a guy who's going to hit the wall here pretty soon, or are we going to get a guy who's going to,
Well, I know what you're saying, but we signed him with that thing coming in, with that thought. Well, this guy hadn't pitched in 4 years. Can we take a chance on him? Well, they took a chance, and the guy's pitched. He's pitched well.
Yeah.
He knows how to pitch. I think he knows how to win. He's not afraid to pitch hitters inside. I think he can help a team. So I think a team will take a chance on him.
We shall wait and see.
Compared to what we see from the 3, 4, 5 spots in some of these rotations, he's certainly he's been above and beyond what I thought we were getting. He's pitched actually very well. He's had one spell where he had 3 bad starts. And other than that, he's pitched very well. So we have, about 2 weeks left to the deadline. So we will see. I mean, we'll be out on the West Coast because after tomorrow, we'll have Monday off, and we head to Toronto to play them for 3.
I think we're back home for the actual deadline. It's the 31st, right?
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be home on that date. So there'll be plenty of...
That's an off day, though, isn't it, when we get back from the West Coast?
The 31st, we're actually playing.
Okay.
Down the line, slicing just into the seats. Francisco gave it a good run, but ran out of real estate down the left side. I think what will also be interesting to see as we go along, whether you're talking about the trading deadline or even beyond that, is what the Indians decide is best for Fausto Carmona and what's best for the Indians regarding him. You know, is he a guy who is called back up here at some point in the future? Or,
boy, you certainly hope so. My goodness, they counted on him. He was the #2 man going into this year. I mean, I want to know what they've done with him physically or mechanically to fix him.
I think it's still an ongoing process. From what I gather, you know, talking with Eric Wedge today, he's had some starts where he's had some success in the minor leagues. You know, you look at the line score and look at the numbers. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Looks like he's back. But Eric said it's not done yet. He's not ready to resume.
I know, but he's part of this future here for the Indians, and Oka's not. I would rather see Fausto up here starting than Tomaoka right now.
Ballantine holds at second, 2 down, and Russell Brandon will be coming to the plate. I would agree with that. I would agree with that wholeheartedly. Let's go down to the farm and look at our Subway fresh face of the game, Hector Rondon. Promoted to Columbus, and he has pitched very well for the Columbus Clippers. Subway, play hard, eat fresh.
This guy just made the jump to AAA. I'm sure he's not ready for the big leagues, but I'd like to see this guy, too. He's part of the future of the Indians.
I think we will at some point, but I don't think it's going to be
this year.
Yeah. Well, no, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe
September,
a September call.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I think with him, it may depend on, as with so many of these young players, where they had innings-wise, how many innings has he pitched from last year? You know how that goes.
Yes.
Little tapper didn't mean to, but it's going to work out perfectly.
Hold it.
Brandon is going to be safe at first on an excuse me, didn't mean to, but I'll take it for a base hit. Infield nubber.
That's a good word, nubber. And there's nothing you could do. Look at the shift. It's like a perfect bunt. You just put it in your pocket, you move on, and hopefully you get this hitter. What it does, it extends the inning, and you got a better hitter, Lopez, that's up there now.
That's Russ's second hit of the series.
And 2 outs, Seattle has done damage in the series.
He had been 0 for his last 9 since opening the series with that double. And now he's at first with Ballantine at third and 2 down, and Jose Lopez, who's 5 out of 10. And what has been impressive about Lopez in the series is his ability to take that pitch and flare it the other way, and there's a big hole on the right side.
Well, yeah, he's a good hitter. 51 ribbies for the Seattle team. Not this time.
In the air, Chu coming in. The right fielder is there, makes the catch, and Tomaoka gets out of the jam. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Still no score. of the third inning. Bottom third of the Indians order due up here. Ryan Garco, Jamie Carroll, and Ben Francisco. No score. Jared Washburn delivers, and Garco fouls it off third base side.
Washburn now 7 for 7 first pitch strikes.
Left-handers 0-1. Fouled away. There's a high fly ball, deep left field. Ballantine on the track will make the grab, and that is out number one. Let's have a look at our Firestone League leaders. Firestone, a tradition of innovation. And you see Jared Washburn trailing his teammate Felix Hernandez, also Zach Greinke, Edwin Jackson, and Roy Halladay in ERA.
There's another good stat for Washburn. A 149 opposition batting average with runners in scoring position. That's the lowest in the American League.
Jamie Carroll takes a strike. You wonder sometimes, what is it that changes for a guy from one year to the next? Because last year Washburn was 5 and 14 with a .469 earned run average. Line to center field. Gutierrez is there. He'll make the catch, 2 down. Now, he did have an injury last year that caused him to miss most of the last month of the season, but you know, the bottom line is he didn't pitch that well when he was healthy early in the year, and yet he's come back this year and has been, at least ERA wise, one of the best pitchers in the league.
He was a big money free agent, and there's sometimes you go out there as a pitcher and maybe you go out there even though something's hurting and you feel like you have to earn your keep. I'm not making an excuse for him, but that could very easily be.
Tapper foul. He's one of those guys who's just never quite been able to really put it all together. He's had one outstanding year, and a lot of years just okay. I mean, he came into this year 2 games under 500 for his career. 98 wins and 100 losses.
There's nothing overpowering. There's nothing like, that stands out. He just goes at you. He's a gamer. He moves the ball around. He changes speeds, but I mean, he's not throwing 95. He has to change speeds, to get you out. Left-handers hitting just 171. Right-handers 247 this year.
He was a big reason why the Angels went to the World Series back in '02. That was his best year. He won 18 games that year.
Oh, I remember him back then. He was a young
.315
pitcher.
ERA. But outside of that year, he's been a below 500 pitcher.
Well, that's why they didn't sign him, and he signed as a free agent and signed big dollars to go to Seattle. I was surprised that, they gave him as much as they did.
Payoff pitch to Francisco, hit high in the air to left field. Camping under it is Vladimir Ballantine, and the Indians go 1-2-3. 3 innings in the books, no score in Cleveland. I was down on the field today, Rick, before the ball game, and when the Mariners came out the stretch before batting practice,
Yeah.
Ken Griffey Jr. took Ichiro Suzuki, threw him on the ground, and it was on top of him like a big brother would take a little brother and just punch him in the chest. He was punching him in the chest, and Ichiro had no chance of getting up. You don't realize, first of all, how big Ken Griffey Jr. is, and then how small Ichiro is until they're standing
Side
next to
by
each
side.
other, and then one of them's on top of the other one, beating him up like his little brother. I mean, Jr. is still a big dude. And Ichiro is so slight. I mean, you walk by him and there's nothing to the guy. He turns sideways and he disappears.
Yeah.
Now
Well,
the 1-1.
that's two things. That Griffey has brought an attitude over to this ball club where, you know, Ichiro was there and they hated him. I mean, they said he was bad in the clubhouse. Remember prior to this year, and a lot of people said it cost Mike Hargrove his job and things like that. But with the veterans of Griffey, Mike Sweeney over there, they've loosened everything up. The veterans really have. Now, when you can take your best player like Ichiro was and you throw him on the ground, you have fun with him, and you beat him up like that, that's what it's all about, man.
He was asked about, you know, last year and you know, what's changed this year. And with him, you know, he's not going to open up and bare his soul. That's one thing we've learned about Ichiro. He's very guarded in his comments when he does speak to the media.
Right.
As Griffey draws a leadoff walk here. But he said, you know, basically you've got a new manager, a new attitude, some new players. And, you know, he feels like the biggest thing is they're winning. And when you win, as you know, that cures everything in the clubhouse.
Well, it's a different team. It's a different attitude. They look like a different ball club. They've made a lot of changes. And I think it's just a different belief in there. It's a different outlook right from day one in spring training.
Here is Franklin Gutierrez. He was hit by the pitch his first time up.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I know one player they wish they had back, Raul Ibanez, who you know, they didn't sign him. He was a free agent. He went over to Philadelphia, and what a year he is having. And he was their best offensive player last year. You know, the guy's 36 or 37, I believe, right now, and they didn't want to re-sign him. But boy, that they could use him.
Gutierrez drives one deep right center field. It's into the seats again.
He got him, didn't he, after he hit him first time
Gutierrez
up.
with his second home run in the series, and it puts Seattle in front 2-0.
Boy, that's almost the same spot that Goot hit one in last night. And you know what? He gets a little redemption right there. Drilled in that first at-bat. He stole second base. Comes up to second at-bat. I told you he was going to get a chance. He gets that cutter out over the plate. That's the pitch that gets hammered by Tomaoka. Little ball out over the plate, and Gutierrez will give him a 2-0 lead.
Guy that tried to catch that with his bare hand. Oh, going to be feeling that for a while. Rob Johnson takes a strike.
That is home run number 12 for Goot. That's the 10th home run given up by Oka.
He's given up 10 home runs in 35 innings.
I know it. No, and this is one thing for me that's sort of puzzling for me. Tomaoka out there getting a start now where you have Carmona down there. You could be working with him up here. You know, sure, they may feel he's not ready, but he's the future.
First strikeout for Tomaoka.
Well, beach weekend will end tomorrow here at Progressive Field, and all kids 14 and under coming to the ballpark will receive a slider lifeguard bobble belly before they enter the gates. And there's a look at it right there. It's also Kids Fun Day. Come on out to the park, run the bags after the game.
One-0 pitch. In there for a strike to Jack Hanahan. And the count is now 1-1. Hanahan lines one down the right side, just out in front of it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I think the one thing about Fausto Carmona that I continue to hear is, mentally they want to make sure that, he's right before they bring him back up here.
Yeah, think about it. This guy won 19 games in 2007. 19 games. Last year he was off to a good start. He hurt his hip, and I can understand where he went south from that point on. This year, how you just lose it is beyond me.
Carroll takes care of Hanahan, 2 down. We'll go back to the studios for a Ford Sports update.
All right, fellas, let's go to Kauffman Stadium, Tampa Bay, KC. Top of the second inning, Tampa Bay on the board here with a single by Jason Bartlett to score Ben Zobrist, 1-0. But then in the bottom of the second, Alberto Callaspo doubles in Alex Gordon. Evens the game at 1. Top of the third now in KC.
With a guy like Carmona, I think the thing that the Indians deep thinkers may be most worried about is that, you send a guy out, you try to get him turned around. If you bring him back and he's not 100% ready and he blows up again, do you fall even further behind?
Well, I understand that. I mean, this is a big boy here. Is he lost it that badly? Is my question. How do you lose it that badly?
Line drive to left, and Francisco makes the grab. Mariners get on the board. Franklin Gutierrez with a 2-run homer. It's 2-0 Seattle, middle of the 4th. Bottom of the 4th inning here at Progressive Field. Seattle on top 2-0. Thanks to the 2-run homer by Franklin Gutierrez, and that's the 7th straight game that the Indians have allowed a home run in. But on the flip side, they've been homerless in their last 4. Despite the attempts of Grady Sizemore, who hit one almost to the top of the fence last night off Felix Hernandez in center field. Then hit one to the base of the wall against him later in the game. Big swing and a miss. Good pitch, good location that time.
That's where he likes to ride the fastball up to hitters. He gets it above the hitting area, above the belt. He's good at doing that for not throwing that hard. Makes it look that much quicker.
Now the 1-2. Just missed outside with it. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Told you that he's been tough against left-handers. Hafner does have the hit, one of the 2 hits, the left-handers, but 171 coming into today's game.
In the air, left field. Ballantine back to make the grab. 1 down. Here's our great clip of the game from last night. Grady Sizemore going deep, just missing the home run off Felix Hernandez. He settled for the triple, and then later to the base of the wall for a double. Relax, you're at Great Clips. One down now for Asdrubal Cabrera, who sent Franklin Gutierrez to the wall in straightaway center field his first time up. This scoreboard update is brought to you by Wendy's. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Bunt off the mound. Washburn with a bare hand grab threw it into the runner, and Cabrera is safe at first. Well, when you look back on it, the only play Washburn had was to bare-hand it. Don Wakamatsu is going to come out and argue with Dana DeMuth that the runner was interfering on the inside of the line.
Well, this will be a good view. If he's not in that box and that ball hits Cabrera, if it does, that hits Cabrera, he's out. He was not in the box right there, the 45-foot box where you have to be, and he's got a legitimate beef if that ball hit Cabrera. It did. He should be called out. They missed that call.
One down, now Shin-Soo Choo goes after the pitch, and it's 0-1.
He had a legitimate argument right there. That ball went off his elbow. It down, and it deflected it.
But isn't that still an interpretation call on the umpire as to whether or not he intentionally interfered?
No, that if you got to be inside that box going down the first baseline, or you're called out for interference.
Okay.
They didn't call it, and that's a home plate umpire's call. He's probably saying he was inside the line. He was not.
If anything, right at the bag, he was right on it.
Because if you pick a ball up and you're the pitcher and that guy, you're trying to throw to first base and you see he's over there, just drill him in the back. But then you got to hope the umpire sees it that way.
Mm-hmm.
That's why that box is there from 45 feet. The second half going down the first baseline is because of the base runner. You'll see a ton of right-handed hitters when they hit the ball go down that line. They're never in that box, but the throw's not coming from behind them, where left-handers.
Choo fouls it out of play.
We'll see. I mean, you can't fool us. We got cameras all over the place. There's the play. Washburn makes it. He's inside the line. He should have been called out.
The 1-2. Back to the screen. Way outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two-two pitch, way outside again, full count. Even though Choo has struck out 5 times in the series, he's not biting on that pitch from Washburn. Now, Washburn struck him out when a pitch looked like he challenged him early in that first inning. Now the 3-2. Time call. We'll get a new baseball.
Well, for Choo, and it's an 8-pitch at bat, and he's one of the best, or as far as Indians hitters go, seeing a number of pitches during an at bat because he goes deep in the count. He walks a lot. He also strikes out a lot, and that's why Eric Wedge is not starting the runner. You got a left-hander, can hold you close to first base. You feel if he could put the ball in play, even if he gets a bad jump, you'd start him. But Choo strikes out way too much to do that. Matter of fact, he leads the Indians with 89. Make that 90 punch outs.
and 5 in the series. So, I mean, it's definitely on his mind. And on the 3-2, it swung on and missed. He got him again. 2 down. Every time the Indians homer this year, we raise money for the Gathering Place, a caring community that helps individuals and their families dealing with cancer with programs offered free of charge. When the Indians hit a home run, Great Clips donates $50 per dinger. Rick and I each donate $5. You can log on to touchedbycancer.org to make a donation as well. Here's Victor Martinez. He hit the ball to left field, bounced off the wall, but he was thrown out trying to go to second base. The 1-0 is down low. This will be the 60th pitch of the night coming up right here for Jared Washburn. Martinez hits a high drive left field. To the base of the warning track is Ballantine. He's been a busy man tonight. Inning is over. Through 4, it remains Seattle 2, Cleveland nothing. Cleveland Indians baseball is brought to you by Subway. Play hard, eat fresh. And by Alltel Wireless. Choose who you call for free with My Circle. Any number, any network. Fifth inning here in downtown Cleveland. Seattle with a 2-0 lead over the Indians, thanks to a 2-run home run by Franklin Gutierrez in the 4th. Ronnie Cedeno will lead it off. Then Ichiro Suzuki and Russell Branyan. Cedeno rounded out back to the mound his first time up. He has 3 hits in the series, and all 3 hits have driven in runs for Seattle.
Well, he's the king of the 2-out RBI. You know, he's not hitting very well, but this guy has had an excellent series.
Going for 2, and he's going to get there after Francisco bobbled the ball.
You know, of his 16 RBIs, 11 have come with 2 outs. He gets his 4th double. This guy came in hitting a $169. Tried to run that 2-seamer inside, turns on it, hits it down into the corner. The Mariners, you know, in the month of July have done a nice job with the extra base hits.
Ichiro Suzuki 0 for 2 tonight. He's flied to left and grounded to third. 3 out of 11 in the series. Bunts it third base side. Peralta charges. Nice barehand grab and throw to get him. That's the play that you hear critics say, well, Johnny Peralta can't make that play on the bunt. You know, that's people are going to bunt all day on him. I mean, I think he's handled that play pretty well.
He's been fine. Just a matter of getting games played under your belt. Sometimes, you know, they have bunted on him and they've been successful because he maybe has been a little deep. Luis Rivera keeps his eye on him over there. Well, and then you get to know what hitters will bunt in what situations. Not a lot of guys will do it. You know, somebody's going to do it because you're new at the position just to begin with, but that's not a bad play for Ichiro. They have a 2-0 lead. You get the leadoff double, move them over.
Now Russell Brandon with a chance to add to their lead with that infield in. Pops it up, foul, out of play.
Seattle now with 50 extra base hits in the month of July, which leads the league. So they have been getting their share of doubles, homers. 2 out of their 3 hits today. That'll get him in.
Center field. Sizemore will make the catch. Cedeno will tag and score. And it's now 3-0 Seattle. For Brandon, his 50th run batted in on the year. Well, there's a case where Russell Brandon needed to put a ball in play, needed to hit one to the outfield to get that run home, and he did it. Early in his career, that was an automatic strikeout. You could write it down.
Well, you get him in, you get him on, you get him over, and you get him in. They did that. It's 3-zip.
Up the middle it goes, and a base hit for Jose Lopez, his 6th hit in the series. Let's have a look at our All Care Dental and Dentures Smile and Easy Cam. "17 locations across northeastern Ohio. All Care Dental and Dentures makes seeing the dentist easy." Here is Ken Griffey Jr. with 1 on and 2 out. Walked and scored his last time up. Takes that first pitch strike.
Did you like that? Did it look like it, didn't it? That's what I thought. It was really quick, but it looked like that was wedging.
70th pitch of the night for Tomooka, and it's up high to even the count at 1-1. Seattle hitters starting to zero in on Tomooka, going 4 for their last 8 against him.
That is correct. Buffalo.
1-1 pitch in there, outside corner, and he gets ahead. Jose Lopez takes his lead at first base. Junior slams one to center. Sizemore nabs it. Inning over. Mariners tack on a run. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th here at Progressive Field. It's now Seattle 3, Cleveland 0. who's allowed 3 runs through 5 innings. But the Indians haven't been able to get to Jared Washburn. He's shut him out on 3 hits through 4. Travis Hafner, Johnny Peralta, and Ryan Garco here in the 5th. Outside for ball 1. Hey, don't forget you can spend the day golfing with celebrities from the world of professional sports, Indians, and Major League alumni, and more at the Cleveland Indians Charity Celebrity Golf Classic. Comes your way Monday, August 3rd at Quail Hollow Resort and Country Club. Your day includes golf, breakfast, lunch, plus a post-golf cocktail party with live and silent auctions.
We've got the great food out there
Yes.
during the course of the day.
For all the details, call 216-420-HITS or visit Indians.com/golf. There's a fly ball into center. Gutierrez makes the catch, 1 away.
Well, if you're traveling, you can always catch the Tribe games on your computer with MLB.tv. It's the ultimate baseball experience featuring 100 live out-of-market games per week, plus on-demand games. For full details, visit Indians.com, where baseball is always on.
Johnny Peralta hit into a double play his first time up tonight. He's 0 for his last 5. Jared Washburn with the 0-1 pitch. And a tapper to short. Ronnie Cedeno slings it over, 2 down. Another look at the Alltel text poll question of the game. Best right-hander in the league. Is it Justin Verlander of Detroit? Zach Greinke of Kansas City? Felix Hernandez, who we saw last night with Seattle? Edwin Jackson, an all-star with the Tigers? Roy Halladay of Toronto? Or Josh Beckett of Boston? Text your answer to 31962. Results later in the game. And that's pretty much your top 6 for the AL Cy Young race right now. And Mark Burley could be working his way onto that list too. Garco got a big breaking ball and swung and missed, 0-2. Ryan 1 out of 4 in the series. 2 down, bases empty here in the home half of the 5th inning. 1-2 the count. He's let him hit it in the air tonight.
Well, he's a fly ball pitcher. I mean, the stats prove it, but he throws a lot of those high fastballs there, then changes speeds. He either gets you out in front where you can pop it up, or you try and get on that fastball.
Garco took him to the warning track
Yes.
his first time up.
He's had a few out there. Deep to the outfield. But you see, he can pitch like that because in Seattle's ballpark, he just blew him away.
3rd strikeout for Washburn. Indians go 1-2-3 for the 3rd time tonight. 3-0. Seattle leads it, 6th inning. Here in downtown Cleveland, the Mariners got a 2-run homer from Franklin Gutierrez in the 4th inning, and a sac fly from Russell Brandon in the 5th. Gutierrez will lead off the 6th here for Seattle, then Rob Johnson and Jack Hanahan. Four of the 9 runs scored by Seattle in the series have come courtesy of their leadoff hitter. Both times they've scored tonight, it's been by virtue of that leadoff man. Junior walked in the 4th inning to start it, and then Gutierrez came up with a 2-run homer.
Got drilled, stole second, hit a 2-run dinger, and got him on the board in the 4th.
And Ronnie Cedeno led off the 5th inning with a double, and he came around to score as well. One pitch. Bounced foul. Three runs, 4 hits for Seattle. No runs, 3 hits for the Indians. 75 pitches so far tonight for Tomooka. And the 1-2 is beat into the ground to short as Drupal Cabrera throws him out and 1 away. There's our direct energy bringing the gas sequence. Go back to the 4th inning. Rob Johnson at the plate for Seattle against Tomooka.
Starts him off with a fastball right there. Misses with the curveball. Little breaker right there. He stayed on the outside edge with the slider to get him.
Direct energy, simple solutions for your natural gas supply needs. Johnson fouls the first pitch back this time. Oka into the wide, and here's the 0-1. Another strike. Chance to put him away here on 3 pitches. Pops him up and into the seats it goes.
We got to send out special birthday wishes to Frank Karlovic Jr., who is turning, his birthday is actually tomorrow, but the brother of our friend Matt, who runs the elevator here, and Dad Frank Sr. works at the ballpark and the suites are around the park. So Frank Jr., happy birthday to you. Tell Matt to stay home tomorrow.
Yeah, I understand it's going to be such a raucous party he won't be able to watch tomorrow. That's why we have to wish him the birthday.
We got to do it today. Well, he's partying with Matt. He'll take him for a ride. Got that beer stored back in the chair.
Powered by a keg.
Yeah, that's right.
1-2 popped him up behind the plate, and this is going to go into the seats as well.
Another birthday to Richard Heston of Lexington, Ohio, turning 89. Richard, happy birthday.
One and 2 the count on Rob Johnson, who has lined out, struck out tonight. Ground ball right at Jamie Carroll. Second baseman throws him out, 2 down.
Well, you can have dinner on the Diamond on July 25th. It's a beautiful evening out here at Progressive Field. You can get a table for 4 for $250. You can get a table for 4 for 5. Excuse me, a table of 2 for $250. Table for 4 for $500. Includes a scoreboard message, baseball to play, catch in the outfield, Indians wine bucket, complimentary parking. It is really a great night.
Jack Hanahan steps in, looks at a ball down low. You know, I was just thinking they should really credit Gates Brown, who was the original dinner on the diamond guy.
Right, that we talked about in Detroit. Except his dinner included a couple of hot dogs in his jersey. That's right.
There's a fly ball deep left center. Grady back to the track at the wall, and he makes the catch. Grady Sizemore with a nice effort, going all the way to the 370 mark in deep left center field to take extra bags from Jack Hanahan. And the Mariners go 1-2-3. Three 0 Seattle in front, bottom of the sixth inning. Jamie Carroll will lead it off. Then it's Ben Francisco and Grady Sizemore. Jared Washburn with a first pitch strike.
What's new?
71 pitches into the ball game for Washburn, and 12 of 17 first pitch strikes. And there's a liner to left field. Carroll has a leadoff hit for the Indians. And that's just the second time tonight they'd had a leadoff hit. But the first time Victor Martinez didn't stop at first. He tried to go for two and was gunned down.
You know, Carroll was ready for that one. Got ahead of him 0-1 and was ready for that second pitch and belted it to left. Fourth hit for the Indians, all singles.
Now the slumping Ben Francisco. 0 for his last 10 and 1 for his last 19. Washburn deals, and a little tapper up the line, gonna go foul. One ball, one strike. All 6 of Ben Francisco's home runs this year have come against right-handed pitching. But his batting average is slightly higher against the southpaws.
Well, Benny just, I mean, he struggled so far this year. He hasn't been consistent. When you think about it, I mean, for Benny, he's had a couple of great games against Andy Sonnenstein this year and drilled him. But, I mean, consistency, it has not been there.
There's a line drive toward left field, dropping, foul ball. Boy, we're not by much.
They needed that.
just wide of the mark down that line in left field.
Look at it. He's right on it. I mean, he knew it was going to be close, and you talk about a game of inches. There it is, 4 inches foul. Or you have second and third, nobody out. Well, when you're going well, like Washburn is, it goes foul. And it goes foul when you're going like Francisco is, you know? It can be a cruel game at times.
Hits are even at 4 apiece, but the Mariners lead 3-0. Now the 1-2. Way outside. .50 pitches for strikes out of his 78 total for Washburn. Now the 2-2. Double play ball hit to short. A little juggle there, and they'll only get one. Cedeno couldn't get it out of his glove.
Surprised he even tried to throw it. Lopez I'm talking about, because the runner's going to come down on you, and he didn't field it cleanly. It was hit off the end of the bat. So they do get the lead runner off the end of the bat. And watch when it in the transfer, it sticks. He didn't field it cleanly, but he held on. That's where you get the one and you just put it in your pocket, because the only thing that can happen there is something bad. But they do get the lead out.
That's one of those balls where it's easy to look at in retrospect. You wonder if maybe he would have been better off if he had charged that a little bit, because by waiting back on it,
gave himself a tougher hop.
Yeah, I think so. Not to mention it was agonizingly slow in developing.
Even if he fields it cleanly, they may not have had a double play, because Benny got down the line pretty well.
1-on-1 out. Grady Sizemore 0 for 2 tonight. Sizemore, 13 home runs this year. 5 have come off left-handed pitching. And his batting average isn't all that much different. Just a little bit higher against the right-handers. 2-1 to count. Tribe down 3-0 here in the 6th. Branyan holding Francisco at first. Washburn's 2-1. Swung on and missed. Outfield plays Sizemore straight away. And on the 2-2, high pop to left. Ballantine is under it, and he makes the catch. That's his fifth put out of the ball game. Plus, he's had the assist on when he threw out the runner.
Where were we when we did that again? That other guy. Were we in Chicago? Who had 5?
Yeah, it was the left fielder. Can't remember who it was, but yeah, similar situation. Your game recap brought to you by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. For a dealer near you, visit buyatoyota.com. Was it Clete Thomas?
It was. It was Detroit. That was very good.
Yeah.
It was Detroit. It was on the last road trip, and it was Clete Thomas. Or no, it might have been. It wasn't Clete. It was the other guy. Oh man, I'm drawing a blank now.
As Dribble Cabrera swings and foul tips it.
Ryan Rayburn.
That's it. Yeah, there you go. The 0-1 pitch. Missed outside with it. Runner goes. Ball softly hit to center field. It's going to drop. Francisco's going to try for third. He'll get there without a throw. Indians at the corners with 2 down. Nice job by Cabrera to put the ball in play with Francisco motoring down the line. He was able to turn and burn for third.
I actually think that they just put the steal sign on and go on first movement in that situation, just not to sit back, and make something. So I think Eric was trying to, push the envelope a little bit.
I think you're right, because he never peeked back in.
No, so he's trying to steal a base. That's what it tells you. But Cabrera liked it, got a base hit, so you're first and third. But there's 2 outs, and it's a first at bat now with a runner in scoring position tonight for the Tribe.
Shin-Soo Choo's had a tough series and a tough night. He's 2 for 9 with 6 strikeouts in the series. Yeah, 2 for 10 exactly. Yeah, 2 for 10 with the 6 punch outs. Throw down to third, but Francisco's back safely.
That's a good play if you're a catcher. You put it on with the third baseman, especially with the left-hander hitting, and your pitcher throws a pitch outside to begin with. And what you do, you come up and you're gunning down the third baseline. That's a pretty good play you can put on.
1-1. Don't know if it's a case of Choo trying to do too much against the team that he once played for.
Could be.
Or they're just pitching him tough, but he's had 7 swings and misses tonight. First and third, 2 down, 2-1 pitch. Oh, it didn't miss by much. And now Choo is in a good count, representing the tying run at the plate. First chance tonight, this crowd has had an opportunity to get into it. And on the 3-1 pitch, a weak ground ball hit to second. Lopez will throw him out. Inning over. No runs, 2 hits, 2 men left aboard. Through 6, it's Seattle 3, Cleveland nothing. Solutions for all your natural gas needs. Visit directenergy.com/GoTribe for details. And by AM/PM. Too much good stuff. Beautiful night here in downtown Cleveland. Mariners, though, lead at 3-0. Vladimir Ballantyne will lead off for Seattle. Tomo Oka Pops him up foul, out of play. Ballantine is 0 for 1. He walked in the third inning, flied to left in the fourth. Ballantine, then Ronnie Cedeno and Ichiro Suzuki. The 0-1. On the ground to second, Jamie Carroll. Throws him out, one down. Let's take a look at the Mercedes attention assist of the game.
Jose Lopez, the hitter. Watch Cabrera. He's just running right into the dugout. He gets that, throws it on the run, and I'm telling you, he was past the line and into the dugout before Garco gets that ball. He was that sure of the throw.
Nice play by Asdrubal Cabrera, who's been terrific defensively in this series. He had the electrifying double play in the series opener with the behind-the-back flip. Ronnie Cedeno looks at a strike. He's 1 for 2 with a double. 4 for 9 in the series. Garco. Oh, he reached in, but he couldn't pull it in. Ryan reached in there, looked like he got leather on it, but couldn't haul it in.
Well, again, as we talk about the key to catching any ball near the stands, you see he gets over there. It's a little slow. It hits right in his glove, and he pushes it into the seats. The key is getting over there. There's no play on that ball. Uh-oh, instant replay. This one's going to be a little deeper.
Chu makes the grab. 2 down. Let's go back to the studios once again for a Ford Sports update.
All right, guys, in case you missed it earlier, a couple of games final from earlier today. Verlander and Sabathia, pitching duel until the 7th. A-Rod breaks the 0-0 score to make it 1-0 New York. They hold on to win 2-1. And here in Chicago, Jermaine Dye with the 2-run homer to put the Sox up 2-1. They beat the O's 4-3. Back to you.
Ichiro Suzuki 0 for 2 tonight. He had a sac bunt in the 5th inning. He's 3 for 11. Tommy Bowe says he's seen 42 pitches, 28 for strikes.
In the series?
Yep. Two and 1 to count. Down low, 3 balls and a strike. Rafi Betancourt loosening for the Tribe. 95 pitches for Oka. 3-1 delivery. And we'll go to a full count. Almost picked off one of his teammates at the end of the dugout. Oka's payoff pitch. And he walked him. 2-out free pass puts Ichiro aboard for Russ Branyan. Russell tonight has grounded out and excuse me swing for a base hit in the 3rd and then a sac fly that drove in their 3rd run in the 5th inning. Ichiro has 19 stolen bases this year. He has been caught 6 times.
Well, you know, here he's going to let Russell give him a chance to hit one out. You know, there's no reason to run right here.
Well, they're still going to have that shift on no matter what.
Right. That is correct. Yeah, you can't excuse me twice in one game, can you? That's not allowed.
The 0-1. Back to the screen. 0-2 the count.
See, for any reason now, if you wanted to, or try and send him, go ahead. But, you know, I don't think he'll run because do you want Branyan leading the inning off if he, you know, let's say he does get thrown out?
He's out looking. Oka gets his second strikeout. Stretch time in Cleveland. Seattle 3, Indians nothing. Don't forget, you can stop by Panini's and catch the game, plus enjoy pizza, wings, or one of their famous overstuffed sandwiches on the beautiful outdoor patios. Home of the best outdoor dining in town. Visit paninisgrill.com. Bottom of the 7th inning, Jared Washburn is working on a 5-hit shutout tonight. He'll face Victor Martinez, Travis Hafner, and Johnny Peralta.
And for Jarrett Washburn, this is his 10th straight start of 6 innings or more. We had Hernandez. He had a nice run going of 7 innings or more. So, you know, their starters are really doing a great job. For Wakamatsu, you can push them out there. Their bullpen's been very good. That's why they are rated #1 in the league. Starters, best ERA. Team, best ERA.
No balls, 2 strikes, the count on Victor Martinez. Now the 0-2 pitch. Martinez lines it to left field for the second time tonight. He's going to hold this time with a single. Tried to stretch that to a double back in the 2nd inning, and he was thrown out. This time, the Indians get their leadoff man aboard. And they've done that now in back-to-back innings. Travis Hafner Looks at the ball outside. Pronk 1 for 2 with a single. That came back in the second inning.
Well, they've got to start getting something going.
There's a ground ball in the hole. Martinez going to stop at second base. He won't challenge Ichiro's arm. And the Indians have the first 2 aboard here in the 7th inning. And now they've got something brewing.
You know, the funny thing was these two did this back in the second inning, except Victor got the base hit, was thrown out at second.
Right.
Hafner got the base hit, and then he got the double play ball. But now first and second, nobody out here in the 7th. And this is where this guy gets good now. Remember I told you.
On base, scoring
yeah,
position.
scoring position, the best in the league. 149 opposition hitting against him. So the Indians need to change that luck. 7 hits, all singles tonight.
Two on, nobody out. 0-1 the count on Johnny Peralta. Trying to get the Indians on the board here in the 7th. There's a fly ball on the left. Valentine broke in, now goes back to make the catch. That's his 6th put out tonight. We'll go back to the studios for another Ford Sports update.
All right, guys, we head down to Arlington, Texas. The Twins and the Rangers, top of the second inning. Minnesota already ahead 1-0. And Carlos Gomez gets a 2-out RBI to make it 2-zip Twins as they move to the top of the 3rd now in Texas. Back to you.
Ryan Garko steps in. He's 0 for 2 tonight. This will be pitch number 100 on the night for Jared Washburn. Now, Roy Halladay pitched against Sabathia earlier today, right? He gave up 2 runs?
No, Verlander.
Oh, it was Verlander. That's right. Did Halladay?
Verlander.
He's just nodding his head to whatever I say.
Yeah,
apparently.
I know he does. That's all he ever does. It's Verlander. They were playing Detroit, not Toronto.
All right. Well, who?
Verlander was the
Halladay.
loser. CC was the winner.
Where was Halladay at? Was he pitching today? Or did he already go?
No, he was not pitching today. He pitched last night.
So Halladay.
Rapinski.
Yeah. Washburn just passed him in ERA now into the 4th spot in the league. So he's trying to get through this inning and maintain that spot in the American League. The Indians, meanwhile, trying to get on the board here for the first time tonight. Sean White warming in the Seattle pen. Now Johnson wants to go out and talk. Ryan Garko flied to deep left field in the 3rd inning. He had Valentine back on the warning track. He struck out his last time up in the 5th inning. Key spot in the game right here for the Indians. Told you the Mariners have best starting pitching in the league. The 2nd best bullpen in the league in terms of ERA. The 1-1 in the air, center field. Gutierrez racing back, still going back. He's there, makes the catch, middle of the track, and Martinez has to hold at second. Back to first goes Hafner, 2 down. So twice tonight, Garko has given it a ride. Twice he's come up a little bit short.
You see, with as many fly balls as this guy gives up, you see, he took just enough sting out of that bat. Not that Garko didn't hit it well. He did, and he just cruises back, catches it on the track. When he pitches in Seattle, I mean, he's got to love pitching in that ballpark because you can give up fly balls like that. It's a great ballpark to pitch in. That's why he pitches so much better. He's 5-2 with a 242 at home, and he's 1-4 on the road. So 4 of his 6 losses have come on the road. So now you've got to get him. He's on the road.
2 on, 2 out. Jamie Carroll, 1 for 2, the batter. Inside for ball one. Washburn over 100 pitches on the night. He's trying to work his way through the 7th. A 7-hit shutout. That's doing some scattering.
Well, the Indians have had 2 hits in 3 different innings. They had 2 hits in the 2nd, 2 in the 6th, and now 2 in the 7th. But they have not been able to do any damage with them.
Remember, Cliff Lee in the series opener had
9.
a complete game 9-hitter, in which he allowed 1 hit in every inning. 1-1. Up the middle, into center field, a base hit. Martinez going to come around third, try to score. Gutierrez, here's his throw to the plate. Martinez is safe. He got under, and he gets the Indians on the board. Wakamatsu is going to come out and argue. It was a very close play. It looked like the ball beat him.
It did.
But Martinez apparently got the foot under the glove.
That was a great throw by Gutierrez. And he's arguing that he tagged him before he got to the plate. Bang, bang at home plate. You know, with Victor running, you have to send him with 2 outs. But I mean, the throw was right on the money, and I want to see the catcher if he did it, and if Johnson did anything to block him off. Here comes the ball. It beats him. Oh, but he's out by a mile if he can put the tag on him. And he says the foot gets in before the tag was there. They get the call. It was close. Here's another look at. Ooh, he was out.
Yeah,
they catch a break. He was out. 2nd time tonight.
We've got a timeout here at Progressive Field. Jared Washburn's night is over after he gives up a run, and the Indians still have a shot here in the 7th. (3-1) Mariners lead it. Indians on the board, thanks to a key hit by Jamie Carroll with 2 outs and what appeared to be a generous call from home plate umpire Dana DeMuth. It was very close at home plate. Well, Martinez called safe. Indians now have a chance. Tying run at first base. Ben Francisco is the batter and takes a first pitch strike.
Well, they did catch a break, and they see if they could take advantage of it. They're on the board. They're only down 2. The tying runs are out there. Sean White has already appeared in more games this year than he ever has.
Missed inside, 1-1.
This is the appearance number 35. There's a great throw right at the cutoff man. There's the ball. It's there by 10 feet. Now, the tag looks like it's at the hip before Victor can get his foot on the plate right there. But he calls him safe. The Indians get on the board, and the inning continues.
1-2 the count on Francisco. Indians have out-hit Seattle 8-4, but they trail it 3-1. Ground ball hit right at the shortstop Cedeno. Inning over. Indians get on the board, but we go to the 8th, 3-1 Seattle.
Copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Cleveland Indians and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians.
We go to the 8th inning here at Progressive Field. It's Seattle 3, Cleveland 1. Tomooko went 7 innings tonight, allowed 3 runs on 4 hits, walked 3, struck out a pair. Gave up the 2-run home run to Franklin Gutierrez. Other than that, though, pitched well, gave his team a chance. That's all you can ask of a starter.
That's exactly right, man. 3 runs for 7 innings.
Rafael Betancourt now coming on to try and hold the fort. Give the Indians a chance to rally against the Mariner bullpen, which is no small task.
Well, that's you hope that this bullpen can hold them down and keep it a 3-1 game to give that offense a chance for their last 6 outs.
One-0 pitch. It'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments, if any, can be made next time we play these guys, which is just next weekend.
Yeah, a week from yesterday. We'll be in there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
I mean, Jose Lopez has had a half dozen hits already, and we still have another game to play in this series. After fouling a ball off his leg, he's not feeling too good right now. Here's the 1-1. On it straight back. Still down on the count, still limping around. You know, something that was interesting from last night's game, Rick. Felix Hernandez with the 8 innings worked, 2 runs allowed. It's the 7th time this year that Felix Hernandez has thrown 8 or more innings and given up 2 or fewer earned runs, tying Cliff Lee.
From last year?
No, this year. For the same.
Okay.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes, it is. Cliff's done that this year, huh? And he's, what's he, 5-9?
That's what I mean. That's the amazing side of it. Not so much that, you know, Hernandez is what, 9? Is he 9-3 now?
10-3.
That's not so surprising when you do that. But on the flip side, that one guy can, you know, be struggling for wins.
Lack of run support.
The 1-2 pitch. Missed away with it.
Well, again, you match it down, too, and you look at the pitchers maybe that he has pitched against throughout the year. We told you that 5 All-Stars Cliff has pitched against.
This is going to go over the dugout. Yeah, he's definitely.
You know, you got to see
had
who
some
he's
tough
pitched
draws.
against. Yeah,
if you will.
exactly. I mean, you know, and maybe Hernandez has got the same thing. We don't know because they're in the Western Division. This is the first time we've played them all year. So, really, we haven't, other than watching them on television or, you know, Sports Center or the MLB channel to see highlights of them, you don't see them.
For as long as I've been around the game, I've heard that same saying over and over again. It's not how you pitch, but when you pitch.
On what day, yeah.
And you
hopefully you pitch when the offense shows up.
Yeah, you look at Kevin Millwood back in 05. Led the league in ERA and had less than 10 wins.
Had 9 wins.
Strikes him out, 1 down here in the 8th inning. Let's get a look at our Alltel text poll results from tonight. And 33% like Doc Halladay, best of all among the right-handers in the American League.
Well, it's hard to argue with any of them, but of course he's the oldest of them all out there. So those some younger ones will be around for quite some time, but I'll take any one of them. Give me any one of them.
Yeah, tough to argue on that list.
You give me any one of those guys.
If you're going to split hairs, I would say on that list, Edwin Jackson would be my least likely guy, only because the track record isn't there like those other guys.
But he's only like, what, 25?
He's still pretty young, too.
Right.
Yeah.
25, 26, I believe.
The 0-1. Back over the screen it goes. No balls, 2 strikes. Griffey Jr. has twice flied out. He has walked and scored a run. 1 out of 11 in the series. Pop them up, and this will go out of play. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Hits it into the shift. Jamie Carroll gobbles it up. 2 down.
Well, Kick It is a campaign to raise money for pediatric, adolescents, and young adult cancer research. So kids can register their kickball teams at Indians.com and kickit.org. They'll hold kickball games in their communities, raise money from July through September, and then teams will be selected to play at a special Kick It game right here on Progressive Field. It'll take place on Sundays. So Kick It kits are available at Indians team shops. So check out Indians.com or at kickit.org.
Here is Franklin Gutierrez. His 2-run homer. The big blow in the game. It came in the 4th inning after Tomooko walked Griffey Jr. The only other run for Seattle tonight came on a sac fly courtesy of Russell Brandon in the 5th. Swung on and missed. Blew it by him. 0-2. These two guys very familiar with each other. Teammates with the Indians. Both played key roles in the Indians' surge to the division title in 07 and their run to the ALCS that year. The 0-2 pitch. Rounded towards short as Drupal Cabrera is there. He'll throw him out. Mariners go 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the 8th. 3-1 Seattle. It's a 3-1 Mariners lead as we go down to the bottom of the 8th inning. And Sean White stays on to face Grady Sizemore as Drupal Cabrera and Shin-Soo Choo. Again, to reiterate, the Indians about hit Seattle in this game 8-4.
Well, 2 of Seattle's 4 hits are extra bases. It's a 2-run homer that drove in a run. It was the leadoff double, sacrifice, sac fly, where they were able to score that 3rd run.
The Indians have had back-to-back hits in the game twice. But on one of those occasions, the leadoff hitter was thrown out trying to stretch it into a double. And on the other occasion, it led to their first and only run of the game. This scoreboard update brought to you by Coors Light. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. 2-1 the count. As Drupal Cabrera has a pair of hits tonight, Victor Martinez has a pair of hits, Travis Hafner has 2 hits, and Jamie Carroll has 2 hits. The rest of the lineup is 0 for 15. That's your statistical oddity for tonight. You got 4 guys that have made it look easy, and everybody else was unable to solve Jared Washburn. Brady chops one to first. Branyan tags the bag, 1 away. Enjoy the experience of a lifetime. It's Indians Fantasy Camp for a week in January. You'll play baseball alongside the Tribe greats. Guys you grew up watching, including Archie, Mike Hargrove, Joe Charbonneau, and more. You'll get personalized home and away jerseys, a team jacket, a week in Arizona you'll never forget. Call 216-420-HITS or visit Indians.com/fantasycamp and register now. Here is Cabrera, who has 2 hits on the night. And the only time he didn't get a hit, he put Franklin Gutierrez up against the wall in straightaway center field. 1-1 to count. Shoots it out of play.
This guy's got some pretty good stuff. He's got a good breaking ball, a little two-seamer comes in, and the changeup.
Mariners have some good arms, and they have some good power arms in that bullpen. Several guys who can rush it up there in the mid-90s.
Breaking ball. There it is.
Popped in the air, near the line, and the catch made by Ballantine. His 7th put out tonight.
Well, the Bud Light Party Deck out at Progressive Field is a great place to check out a ball game. Tickets start at just $40. All-you-can-eat buffet, a great view. It's out in right field. Tomorrow will be a great day to stop out there and watch a nice day game. Call 216-420-HITS for full information.
Shin-Soo Choo 0 for 3 tonight. 2 out of 11 in the series with the 6 strikeouts. Closer, no, it's not David Ardsman. That's Lowe. That's Mark Lowe, the right-hander. One ball, 2 strikes with 2 down. Mariners have had Choo's numbers so far in the series. Now the 2-2. Out of play. Choo in the air, left field. Back goes Ballantine, and he's got it again. That's his 8th put out of the ball game. And the Indians go 1-2-3. We'll go to the 9th. 3-1 Mariners. 3-1 Mariners lead at 9th inning. Kerry Wood coming on for the Indians. Try to get some since the All-Star break. Been a while since he's had a chance to get out there. 35th appearance on the year for Kerry Wood. 2 wins, 3 losses, an ERA of 5.28. For Kerry Wood, he hasn't pitched since July the 11th.
Well, a clean inning for Betancourt with a strikeout. If Kerry can come in and keep it a 3-1 game, and let's see what the Indians can do in the bottom half of the ninth. They'll probably go up against Aardsma, their closer. He came into last night's game. But the big thing is 0 this inning.
Rob Johnson, Jack Hanahan, Vladimir Ballantine, the scheduled hitters. Out of play. Ground ball in the hole, and that's a base hit. So the leadoff man aboard for Seattle.
It's beach weekend.
Jack Hanahan 0 for 3. Flied to center his last time up. Nice play made by Grady Sizemore to take a hit away from him. Hanahan is 0 for 5 in the series.
They're still maybe going to, bottom part of this lineup, and I don't blame them to try and add on if possible.
One pitch, back over the screen.
Pretty good swing.
One-two to Hanahan, and it's fouled back. Don't forget the Conrad's postgame show comes your way right after the ball game here on STO. We'll look back at tonight's game and we'll get you set up for the series finale, which comes your way tomorrow at 1 o'clock, and you'll see tomorrow's game on Channel 3. A 1 o'clock start, featuring Aaron Laffey against Eric Bedard. A couple of left-handers squaring off tomorrow at 1. Swing and a miss. Hanahan strikes out, 1 down here in the ninth.
That's about a perfect spot for a left-hander. About the belt inside. You see that little uppercut, and he just can't level out on that ball. So Kerry Wood gets strikeout number 1 and out number 1 in the inning.
Here's Vladimir Ballantine, who has 8 putouts tonight defensively, and that ties the Mariners' franchise record for the most putouts by a left fielder. 4th time it's happened. The last time done by Raul Ibanez in May of 2006.
That's always fun. I think the most I ever had in a ball game was 9.
Plus, he also had the assist in the game, too.
Yes,
so
he did.
He's been busy.
That's a busy man. That's a fun night when you're an outfielder. You get that much work.
There's the 0-1. Out of play to the right. 0-2 the count. The 0-2 pitch. Out of play again. You know, I read something today I thought kind of made me shake my head. I don't recall the author, but it was on ESPN.com about kind of a rundown of each division, how to fix teams. And one of the suggestions was to put Kerry Wood in the starting rotation.
Get out of here.
There's a ball in the dirt, gets all the way to the backstop. Martinez tracks it down, and that holds Johnson at second base because he was moving on the pitch. He would have gone to third had that ball really gone wild and rolled around, but Martinez was quickly on it.
Well, he goes with the breaking ball, and that ball out in front of the plate. Victor tried to keep it in front, but it didn't matter. You can see the jump right there by Johnson. They were going to start the runner and try and make something happen and get a guy in scoring position. With the wild pitch, it helps. So now Seattle with a chance to add now to that 3-1 lead.
Now the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. He gets the strikeout, 2 down.
Comes back, and now that's the spot. He found it. Gets that breaking ball outside. Didn't bounce that one. Excellent location. Gets his second straight strikeout. Now you're looking at Mr. 2 out himself.
Ronnie Cedeno. He has doubled and scored tonight, but his first 3 hits in the series all drove in runs.
And I told you, out of his 16 RBIs this year, 11 have come with 2 outs. For a 9th place hitter, that's a big hit. But when you're hitting in that 9th spot and you've got Ichiro behind you, you know they're going to pitch to you. They're not going to pitch around you. You're going to get a fastball to hit. They're going to throw you strikes. They're not going to mess around with you, so you can be aggressive and get after it. I think that helps them out a lot.
Good pitch by Wood that time, 0-2. 3-1 our score. Top of the 9th. Kerry Wood 1 strike away from sending us to the bottom of the 9th. With the Indians down a pair. Fastball is popped up foul. Out of play. He wanted to run that upstairs on him. Trying to get him to pop it up, but he pushed it out of play. Runner at second, 2 down, 9th inning. And Ronnie Cedeno down on the count, 0-2. Again, he fights it off. Francisco plays him straight up in left field. Sizemore, the center fielder, shading him toward right. Up high, and a good stop by Victor. That ball had some smoke coming off it. And the 1-2 just missed with it. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Victor wanted it inside. He gets one down and away. A little low.
Two pitch. Got him to chase it. And he tags him. The inning is over. So Kerry Wood strikes out the side. But we'll go to the bottom of the 9th with the Indians needing a rally, down 3-1. Mariners lead it. Last chance for the Indians to come back tonight as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Josh Wilson has come on to play second base for Seattle, and then closer David Aardsma is on to try and finish it up for the M's. They'll have to go through the heart of the Indians order: Victor Martinez, Travis Hafner, and Johnny Peralta.
20 out of 22 in the save department this year. A huge surprise. He's done a terrific job for Wakamatsu and the Seattle Mariners this year. He pitched in last night's ball game where he went an inning. Faced three up, 3 down. Then the 9th, he faced Chu, Martinez, and Hafner in that ball game. He's going to get Martinez, Hafner, and Peralta tonight.
Victor, a couple of hits in the ball game. Big bouncing ball. Wilson just into the game, and a second baseman throws him out, 1 away. Time now for our Northern Ohio Buick Pontiac GMC performance of the game. Jared Washburn went 6 2/3. Allowed just 1 run on 8 hits, struck out 3, did not walk a batter. And that's 10 straight starts of 6 or more for the Mariner left-hander.
That's the key, giving your manager, your team, some distance in a ball game.
Travis Hafner, he has 2 hits tonight, 2 singles. On 1 delivery is up high. Pronk has 4 hits in the series. And if he can get on base here, you bring the tying run to the plate the rest of the inning.
Yeah, you need that base runner.
Three balls and a strike. There is Peralta waiting on deck. There's a high drive, deep left center. Gutierrez back on the track, will make the catch. 2 down. And we'll leave it up to Johnny Peralta. Try and keep the game alive for Cleveland. Peralta is 0 for 3 tonight, 2 for 10 in the series. Up high, 2 balls and no strikes. If Peralta gets aboard, Ryan Garco would be next. There's a ball hit to center and right at Gutierrez, who went to the basket catch to haul it in. And the game is over. Mariners win it by a final score of 3-1. And now, with that win tonight, Jared Washburn, not only is he 7-6 on the year, but he now is the second winningest opposing pitcher in Progressive Field history with his 7th win here in Cleveland.